Aloha and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I am your host, Murph. I hope everybody's had a good couple of weeks out there. I know I haven't been putting a show out here lately, and that's simply because I've been doing a lot of things trying to get ready for this trip to Thailand. We're leaving on Wednesday this week, so I've had a lot of stuff, a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff to get filled out and processed and tests taken and stuff like that. So that is the reason why I have not. But good news is that I am planning on taking equipment to Thailand and putting out a show each day of the golf competition. I will then put out a podcast with the results of that day and what happened. So, but I apologize for that, and I hope everybody is had a good couple of weeks. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of golf, the PGA. Obviously, we had the Ryder Cup. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's get started with the Fia at Moanalua on Sundays. Joe P. still retains the belt, still winning the belt there. I haven't been able to play due to some commitments of, like I said, trying to get ready for this trip and with work. So Joe P. has the belt. Congrats, Joe. It's tough trying to get it from him. The last time I played, I thought I had a chance, but he ended up beating me by 3 strokes, so could not get the belt from him. The Beach Boys golf. Today they played Hawaii Kai Golf Course. I did not play. Again, the reason being trying to get stuff ready for this trip and get packed and making sure I don't forget things, but they played at Hawaii Kai Golf Course. The course is not in very good shape, and the VGA played there this past weekend, Hawaii Kai. And I definitely was not going to pay weekend rate money to play that course with the condition that it's in right now. So, but they played there. They had a pretty decent turnout. You know, with the VGA, so the guys that don't have a handicap, if you join and you don't have an established handicap, you have to play at least 3 tournaments, I think, and then they give you a handicap based on those 3 tournaments. And so a lot of guys, we have a lot of new members playing this year, so they've had to, play to get those 3 tournaments to get their handicap, because otherwise, even if they're like a 20 handicap or a 15 handicap, until they get that handicap established with these tournaments, they have to play from the tips, and they're not eligible to win a tournament, win their flight. So they have to play from the tips, and if they're not, if their handicap doesn't fall within that range of playing from the tips, then they're at a huge disadvantage. So anyhow, they're getting their 3 tournaments in and getting the handicap established, so they have a chance to try to win their flight. PGA news. Obviously, we had the Ryder Cup this past weekend. What a great Ryder Cup. And when they were announcing the teams, I was like, man, I'm kind of worried because the Europeans have a great team. But then again, we had a great team. I mean, when you have 8 of the top 10 players in the Ryder Cup, it's gonna turn out to be good. So it was kind of cool. They obviously played at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. And like I said, both teams were pretty stacked. I mean, they had a lot of good players on both sides of the pond. After Saturday, the U.S. led 11-5 in points, and they only needed 3.5 points more to win the cup. They could have won the cup with 14.5 points. So I was pretty confident going into Sunday, knowing that there were, they're going to play singles match, and there was 12 matches. So that meant all the U.S. had to do was win 3.5 to win the cup. And the U.S. ended up winning 8-4 in the matches and won 19-9 to regain the cup from the Europeans. And that 19-9, I think they were saying something about that being the biggest margin win for quite some time. I can't remember when they said it was, but so that was pretty cool. The U.S. won. Congrats to those guys. There's a couple of, and to back up just a minute in reference to the VGA, this got brought up again as far as a rules question. In the VGA, that we do things a little slightly bit different. So unlike the regular USGA rules, in the VGA, for pace of play reasons, if you hit your ball OB, you can go up to where it entered the out of bounds and drop within 2 club lengths from the where it entered, and you only have to take one stroke. So you play it almost like a lateral hazard. The difference being, even though it's OB, you're not allowed to hit a ball from out of bounds. It's illegal to hit a ball from out of bounds. So you have to drop it within 2 club lengths and then hit your shot, and you only get 1 penalty stroke instead of 2 for stroke and distance. And so there was a question that came up. I got called about a couple of rules questions, and that was one of them. And he said that the guy that did this, and he probably doesn't know any better, but technically what you have to do is, if you are taking a drop, you get your stance and then you put a tee down where you would set your club to hit the ball. And then from 2 club lengths, you mark it no closer to the hole. You put another tee in the ground, and then you drop your ball within those 2 tees. So I guess one of the guys, just took the drop and said, when they said, hey, you got to measure it out, it's 2 club lengths. And he said, no, that's just a recommendation. That's not, you don't have to do that. Well, you do have to do that. And I told the guy, just look at, what happened in the Ryder Cup on Saturday. Shane Lowry had an unplayable lie. It was kind of like the lie that Justin Thomas had on that one hole, where he had an uphill shot. The ball was on an uphill slant, and he hit the shot, and then he kind of like ran backwards, towards, like he was running towards the water, but it was quite a good distance. But it was the same thing. Shane Lowry had to take an unplayable, and so he measured it out with his, they say to use your driver because it's the longest club in the bag. You can use any club to make the measurement, but you still have to use the club and measure it out. You can't just guesstimate that that's 2 clubs. So that was one of the things he brought up. And then he also brought up about the same thing, and we've had this in the past, that even though we play the out of bounds as a lateral hazard, it's technically not a lateral hazard. Meaning, if your ball is out of bounds, but you can hit it, you're still not allowed to hit it. But a couple of guys are trying to play it like a lateral hazard because that's the penalty that they're getting, is a lateral hazard. So that also came up in one of the rules questions in the VGA. In the hole that they were referencing, behind the green is a fence, and then there's white stakes there. So apparently he was past the white stakes in the out of bounds, and the fence was impeding his swing. So obviously, that an out of bounds fence, or a fence that designates the interior of the course, you do not get free relief from that. If it's an interior fence, like I'm trying to think what hole that is on Hawaii Kai. It's the par 3. There's a fence that runs like between the green and the tee box, a little chain link fence that runs on there. If you were to hit your ball towards that fence and you didn't have a swing, you would get relief from that without penalty, because it's not a fence defining out of bounds. So that was brought up again about, he thinks he can get free relief because the fence is impeding his swing, but that is also not true. It's OB, so he would have had to take his drop and take his 1-stroke penalty. But anyhow, and these guys, like I said in the past, not everybody knows all the rules. And if you're not sure about a rule, then you play 2 balls. And then when you come in, you check with the rules committee and find out what the rule is. And technically that's what you have to do. You have to play 2 balls if you're not sure about the rule. So anyhow, congrats to the U.S. Ryder Cup winners. Next up in the PGA, you got the Sanderson Farms Championship. The defending champion in that tournament is Sergio Garcia. He also received, I can't remember the name of the Nicholas something award on Sunday from the PGA. So That was pretty cool. In the Sanderson Farms Championships, the power rankings, they have Will Zalatoris in the number 1 spot. Number 2, a guy that I'm going to guess this guy is one of the new guys from the Corn Ferry Tour, and that's Mito Pereira. And number 3 is Sam Burns. So we'll see how that goes here in this weekend in the next PGA tournament that's coming up. All right, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, I got to tell you, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you how. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Not only that, but Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other sites. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, let's talk a Corn Ferry Tour. They have released the 2022 schedule. They're going to end up with 26 tournaments, with the first one being the Bahamas Grant Exuma Classic at the Sandals Emerald Bay. That's January 16th through the 19th. Obviously, we are looking forward to watching our guy Brent Grant and his pursuit of his PGA card. Hopefully this year he ends up getting that card. He had a good season last year. I still got to try to get him on the podcast. We've been messaging a couple of times, but I need to call him and see if we can line something up so I can get him on the podcast so we can talk. He's got some. Obviously, he's still doing his, working on his game, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be too much of a distraction if I try to contact him now and try to get an interview with him. But good luck to Brent this season coming up. And I don't think it's, when I was looking at the site, it said something about like 2023 or 2024, their purses were going to increase. So right now, I believe they're playing for like the total purse is $750,000 per tournament. So, and I read something also that it looks like they're going to maybe broadcast some of their tournaments or rounds more often than what they were doing. So that'll be great to be able to hopefully catch Brent on the TV and see how he's doing. Like I said earlier, Wednesday we are leaving for Thailand. We have our Thailand tournament. All of our paperwork is pretty much done. We have to go get a test tomorrow morning for our flights out, but we're not looking forward to the flight. I can tell you that. We first had first class tickets on Japan Airlines, and unfortunately they canceled. They had 4 flights going into Bangkok, and then when Bangkok locked back down, Japan Airlines canceled 2 of their flights, and ours happened to be one of them. They had 4 flights going in there, so we weren't able to rebook on another flight going into there. So now we are going Singapore Air, which is a good airline, and they got great customer service. However, we are in premium economy with the extra legroom seats, and we got the extra legroom seats because it is a 17-hour flight from LA to Singapore. And yes, I know I'm not in LA, but we have to fly from here to LA first. So, and then it's a 17-hour flight to Singapore, and then 2 hours from Singapore to Phuket, where we're going. And so 24 hours on a plane. I'm not looking forward to it, but hopefully we're going to try to maybe upgrade when we get there, because we've seen a couple of videos of guys that's making the same flight and that's taking this same flight, and it's the plane's been pretty empty. So hopefully if we can't upgrade into the business class, that we'll be able to get a row to ourselves each of us. So we'll be able to stretch out and get some sleep since it's a 17-hour flight. But unfortunately, the belt is not going to be here for our tournament. They sent me an email saying that there were some issues and shipping and all this other kind of stuff. And then I get an email today that the belt is on its way, but it's going to be here the 29th, which is Wednesday, which is the day we are leaving. And I don't think it's going to get here in time. So that will have to be awarded to the person when we come back. We have several games that we're going to be playing, and I'll get to those in just a second. But instead of the belts, I found these victory monster tournaments, or victory monster trophies. I'm sorry. It's like a Hulk beast monster. And in the first place, the victory trophy, he's ripping his shirt off and he's got a big V on his chest. So that will go to the first place winner. And I just saw that they delivered the plaques, not the plaques, but the little engraved plates that I'm going to put on each one. They delivered those today, so I'll have to go down to the mailbox and get them. But then the second place trophy is the frustrated monster golfer, and he's breaking a golf club over his knee. And then the loser trophy is the monster. He's sitting on the toilet, dejected. So I got those, and they came in. Thank God they came in before our trip. So we'll be taking those with us and handing those out. We are also going to get a jacket made when we get over there, and the winner will get the jacket. And then the belt, like I said, by the time it's going to get here on Wednesday, but we are leaving Wednesday. Our flight leaves like at noon, and I doubt that if it's going to be here on time. So we'll just have to award the belt to the winner when we get back. The games that we're going to play. So these guys wanted me to come up with 7 different games. So depending on the game, it's either going to be, you're going to be awarded points for how many points you scored in the game or how much money you won in the game. So yes, there will be some betting going on. The 7 games we'll be playing, the first one is called Split Sixes. The second day we'll play Bingo, Bango, Bongo. The third day we'll play Niner. The fourth day we'll play Skins. The fifth day we'll play Wolf. The 6th day we'll play Rabbit. And on the last day will be the Nassau. And including in that Nassau game, we'll play the Murph game and the Vegas Chips game. So the Vegas Chips game is there's chips, and some of you may have seen them. They got different things on them, like if you hit it in the water, that's a negative chip. You get that chip. If you're the last person in the group to do it, you get the chip. And then at the end, you can either do it after the end of 9 holes or 18 holes. You add them up and then figure out who owes who what, and then you restart it. But we'll do it for the whole 18 round. We won't do it after 9 and 18. It gives a person more of a chance to get more negative or positive chips. So, but that game will be included in that. And that day, I know the winner will be determined by the amount of money that it's won. First place gets 5 points. Second place gets 3 points, and third place gets 1 point. So after the 7 games, we'll add up, and whoever has the most points wins the tournament, wins the belt, and the loser of the tournament has to get a tattoo that says loser. Now, the guys agreed, and I'm not worried about it. I don't think I'm going to lose. But, matter of fact, I know I'm not going to lose. However, the other 2 wanted to get the tattoo. They can spell out loser in the Thai language. And I said, yeah, you guys just want to do that. So when you lose and you get that tattoo, you come back and nobody will be able to read it, and you'll be able to tell them, oh, that means winner or first place or whatever. So matter of fact, the word loser in Thai, it looks like it has a couple of W's. So somebody could think it might say winner, but so the loser will have to get that. And, that's going to really suck. So I hope, and like I said, I don't think I'm going to end up losing. So, but we'll see. So let's take a short break again, and we'll be right back. If you haven't heard the new C Money Baby album yet, you're missing the best thing to come out of Ohio since Jim Tressel. Smart Boy, Dumb Decisions is a look into the life of C Money Baby, lately filled with loss, pain, struggle, and danger. The Gym City rapper gives you high-energy bangers and deep introspective slow jams. To check out the album, just search up C Money Baby. Don't forget the baby on your favorite streaming platform or visit www.smartboystudios.com. Also, don't forget, Corey Gossett is dropping a song every single week this year. Stay up to date by following him on Spotify or Apple Music by searching Corey Gossett, or look him up on Instagram or Twitter under @KidWhoCameBack. Head to www.smartboystudios.com to stay up to date on new music, new videos, and any upcoming events. If you'd like to support Smart Boy Studios and their artists, head to threads.smartboystudios.com and check out the merch. They have hats, hoodies, shirts, and more. All right, welcome back, everybody. The courses that we're going to be playing over there, they're really, really nice courses. And so the course breakdown is the first day we'll be playing the Blue Canyon Country Club, the Canyon course. The second day we'll be playing Blue Canyon Country Club, the Lake course. Third day we'll be playing Red Mountain Golf Club. The fourth day we'll be playing Phuket Country Club. The fifth day we'll be playing Laguna Golf Club. The sixth day we'll be playing the Lock Palm Golf Club. And then the final day of golf will be at Red Mountain for our final round. So nice golf courses, really nice golf courses. And it's nice because part of the package, the golf package, is that you get a caddy at each tournament location. And so Troy and I were talking about this, that it would be cool. We want to do something. So you're going to tip your caddy, obviously, after the round is over. But we wanted to do something else kind of cool for the caddies, was that we're going to throw in, each guy will throw in like 2,000 baht. And then, so there's 6,000 baht. So whichever, on the par threes, whoever wins the par threes, the caddies get that money. The $6,000 the caddies get. So that'll be kind of cool. That's a kind of an extra incentive for those guys to kind of help us out, give us the right yardage, tell us, hey, this is, they're not going to know what we need to hit, but they'll be able to give us the yardage, and, they can say, hey, hit your 140 club here. So that's going to be nice. That's kind of cool too. So, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I will take stuff over to do the podcast, and we'll have the results of the tournament each day that we play. So looking at the itinerary, it looks like that when we arrive over there, we have the next day is a free day. We're going to go around and check out some of the temples and stuff like that. And then day 3 is the first round of golf. So it looks like we play a day, then we're off a day, then we play a day, then we're off a day, then we play a day, we're off a day. We might be off 2 days in a row on that side. So the 8th and 9th, we have a 2-day break, and then we play the next day. We have another break. We play the next day. We have another break. We play the next day. We have another break, and then we play the final round. And then we have another free day the last day, and then we come back on the 18th. We come back the 18th of October, and works out perfect because my son and his roommate are going to come out and on the 19th, the very next day, and they're going to shoot a music video out here for his artist Corey. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. I haven't met Corey yet, but it'll be awesome to get to see my son when he comes out. So, well, I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope you guys have a good week coming up. Like I said, I'll be putting something out each day after the golf. It won't be very long. It'll just be something short and sweet, telling you what's up with the golf course, kind of rating the golf course, and giving you the results of our tournament that day, and see who's in the lead. And hopefully I end up coming out on top. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the support. If you'd like to support the podcast, there's a link there that you can go to and click on that to help support the podcast. Everything that, all the support that I get goes right back into the podcast, buying equipment and such. Thank you for listening. I appreciate everybody listening from. It just still amazes me that there's so many people listening from all over the world. So I appreciate all the support and all the listening that you guys do. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope that you guys have a good week. And, if you guys want to talk about something, or, you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to give me an email at murphsplace808 at gmail, or murphsplace808 at gmail.com. Or you can leave a message on the Anchor website there, and there's a place that you can leave a voice message. So, but I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll be getting back in touch with you guys here in about 4 or 5 days. So, all right, guys, everybody have a great, if you're playing golf, hit them straight, hit them long, but don't hit them often. Aloha, everybody.